Hey folks, we're tracking scattered showers across the valley right now. There's a little bit of lightning embedded within this, but not very much. Had some go through Rio Grande City a few minutes ago, get some thunder and lightning out in Roma right now. But for the most part, things are relatively quiet across the valley, just these scattered showers over the area. Of course, the story continues to be not what's happening overhead, but what's happening down to the southeast of the valley. And we zoom out a little bit and you can see it right out there in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. That is Tropical Storm Beta, upgraded at 4 o'clock this afternoon by the National Hurricane Center. Now, you look at that, you say, that's no hurricane, and you're right, it's not. It's not that well organized, but it's better organized than it was even earlier today. Right now, about 335 miles east-northeast of Tampico. That's about the same distance from Brownsville, South Padre Island. Winds right now are 40 miles per hour. The pressure, 29.65. Now, here it goes. By the time we get to tomorrow afternoon, I think we're still looking at a tropical storm due east of us, but then it turns off to the west, and as it goes westward, Hurricane Center takes it up to hurricane strength by the time we get to overnight Sunday night, early Monday morning. Now, that distance it goes from, tomorrow afternoon, or really from today until Monday, is not very far. This is a slow-moving system, and the hurricane strength is probably the edge of the possibilities. We don't think it'll be any stronger than what it's showing here, and a lot of the models say it won't be that strong. Nonetheless, it gets close to the coast of Texas and then turns. Now, there's a lot of uncertainty in this, and the closer those little ones are, the closer that system is to us, the more the impact is for us, and that's what we're going to have to be watching for, because look at the potential rainfall over the valley. Now, the good thing is these numbers have gone down even since earlier today, and that's a suggestion that maybe it stays a little farther offshore, because earlier today, that 10 to 15 swath was right over the eastern part of the valley. That has now moved eastward a little bit. So you look at this, right along the coast, still 7 to 10 inches. Over the next 7 days. This is a 7-day total from now till next Friday. 5 to 7 inches across the heart of the valley. You get up to McAllen, about 4 to 5 inches, and then back into Starr County, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rain in the far western end of the valley. That's if the system goes on the projected path. Anything northeast from where it's projected right now, we get less rain. Anything closer, we would get more rain. But that just gives you kind of a ballpark idea. Now, what about tropical storm force winds? Well, look at the numbers going up. This is now through Tuesday, but look, it shows South Padre Island has a 53% chance of seeing tropical storm force winds, 39, 40 miles per hour or greater. McAllen at 28%. So the possibility is there, but it's not a guarantee by any means. Here's what's going on. This trough is in place right now. That's trying to pull the system off to the north and northeast, but that trough, it does its job for another 24 hours or so, but then the trough disappears. And when that happens, all the lines are gone. That means the steering currents go weak and the system's kind of on its own. Beta just kind of hangs out there and it stalls right there. It just moves very slowly toward the coast. There's a high to the north of us. We're calling that a beta blocker that's pushing it off to the west. But then it just sits there, and it sits there, and it sits there through perhaps Monday night or Tuesday. Then finally another trough digs in, and that picks the system up and takes it off to the northeast. And when that happens, then the threat goes away. But the trough still hangs back, which means the rain chance will be with us even after the system is out of here. Here's a couple of other models. This is the new IBM graph model. This is farther to the north. Look how this takes it all the way up past Corpus before it begins the turn. And then it even goes northwestward from there, finally somewhere up along the Texas coast, but well north of the valley. And if that's the case, yes, we get rain, but not very much. Let's look at one more model, then we'll go to the forecast. This is the NAM model, the North American model. And look how this one gets the system much, much closer to the valley. And the truth is probably somewhere in between. But this says that by Sunday night, we're talking about a very strong storm right on our coast, but not making landfall. Just hanging out there. So it's just one of those things we're going to have to watch. Here's a look at the spaghetti plot, and notice it shows everything going to the north, then to the west. It's like there's a wall over the coast, and nothing can cross the coastline. And it just kind of meanders around, but then all the models agree it eventually goes to the northeast. That red line, that's this Hurricane Center's official forecast path. So tonight, mostly cloudy, a shower thunderstorm early, but then that fades away. And I think tomorrow is a great day. I don't see any issues tomorrow. Spotty showers, but if you're on the coast, tomorrow's a good day to kind of finish up your preparations for anything that may come. I think the biggest threat is going to be that rain, especially at the coast, but also some winds, especially at the coast. Inland, everything kind of tapers off as you get away from the coast. So tomorrow is a pretty good day. I think it's partly sunny. Could be an isolated shower, about 87. But then the rain chances jump late Sunday into Monday, and how much rain, how much wind will greatly depend upon exactly where that system ends up. If the newer models are coming in are correct, they're a little bit farther north, and if that trend continues, we end up with less rain and less wind. But right now, let's just prepare for more than what we may have, and that means get ready for what could be a hurricane lurking just offshore. late in the weekend, early next week. Probably not making landfall, but very close by, which means wind and rain, especially for the island. And by the way, coastal flood advisory in effect tonight. Coastal flood watch begins tomorrow because the water is going to come all the way up to the dunes in many locations, and beach erosion is likely. That's your updated First Warn 5 AccuWeather forecast.